Hello, and welcome back to another episode of English with Tuna. I'm truly happy to have you here today. Whether you're listening on your way to work, enjoying a quiet evening, or simply practicing your English with us, I want to say thank you. Your effort to improve your English every single day is inspiring. Now, let's dive into a topic that's not just about language learning, but also about something that connects millions of people around the world: coffee. Coffee. Just hearing the word might remind you of the rich aroma filling your kitchen in the morning or the comforting warmth of a cup in your hands on a rainy day. It's more than just a drink. It's a ritual, a companion, a symbol of connection. Today, in this podcast, we'll explore coffee deeply, from its origins, its cultural significance, the ways people enjoy it around the world, and even how it relates to language and daily conversations in English. All of this will help you not only practice your listening, but also expand your vocabulary and improve your ability to talk about everyday topics naturally. Let's start with a simple question. What comes to your mind when you think of coffee? Perhaps you imagine a cozy coffee shop with soft music and the quiet hum of people working on laptops. Or maybe you think of the bitter taste that wakes you up in the morning. Coffee means different things to different people. But what's certain is that it has a fascinating history and a powerful presence in many cultures. The story of coffee begins in Ethiopia. According to legend, a goat herder named Kaldi noticed his goats behaving very energetically after eating berries from a certain tree. Curious, Kaldi tried the berries himself and felt their stimulating effect. This discovery, so the story goes, led to the spread of coffee cultivation and consumption. From Ethiopia, coffee made its way to the Arabian Peninsula, where it became an important part of social and religious life. Coffee houses, known as Quave Khane, appeared in cities across the Middle East. These were places where people gather to talk, listen to music, watch performers, or simply enjoy a cup of coffee together. By the 17th century, coffee had reached Europe. At first, it was met with suspicion. Some people even called it the bitter invention of Satan. But soon, coffee houses sprang up in major cities like London, Paris, and Vienna. These coffee houses became centers of intellectual life, where writers, artists, merchants, and politicians met to discuss ideas. In England, they were sometimes called penny universities, because for the price of a cup of coffee, you could join lively conversations and learn from others. Today, coffee is grown in many parts of the world. The so-called coffee belt stretches around the globe, covering regions near the equator where the climate is just right for coffee cultivation. Countries like Brazil, Colombia, Vietnam, and Indonesia are major coffee producers. Each region offers coffee with its own unique flavor profile, influenced by the soil, climate, and processing methods used. When we talk about coffee, we're also talking about variety. There are two main types of coffee beans: Arabica and Robusta. Arabica beans are known for their delicate flavor and lower caffeine content. They're often considered higher quality and are used in specialty coffees. Robusta beans have a stronger, more bitter taste and higher caffeine content. They're often used in espresso blends and instant coffee. Next time you sip your coffee, try to notice the flavor. Is it smooth and mild or strong and bold? You might be tasting the difference between Arabica and Robusta. Now, let's take a moment to think about coffee culture. In Italy, coffee is all about espresso. Italians drink it quickly at the bar, often standing up, and rarely order large, milky drinks. In contrast, in the United States, coffee culture is often associated with a large cup of coffee to go. People carry their coffee as they rush to work or sip it slowly in a cafe while working or reading. In Sweden, there's the tradition of fika, a coffee break that's more than just drinking coffee. It's about taking time to pause, connect with friends, and enjoy a sweet treat. In Vietnam, coffee is often enjoyed with sweetened condensed milk, creating a rich, dessert-like drink that's both strong and sweet. In Ethiopia, coffee ceremonies can last hours, involving roasting beans, brewing the coffee, and sharing it with guests. Each culture has its own rituals, showing just how important coffee is around the world. Let's shift to how coffee plays a role in daily conversation in English. Think about how often coffee comes up when we talk with friends or colleagues. For example, someone might say, "Let's grab a coffee sometime," a friendly way to suggest meeting up. Or, "I need my morning coffee before I can function," a way of saying they're not fully awake yet. Coffee can even be part of small talk at work. "How do you take your coffee?" Or, "Do you want to join me for a coffee break?" Learning these expressions helps you sound more natural and friendly. Now, let's practice using some coffee-related vocabulary and phrases. As I say each one, I'll pause so you can repeat after me. This will help you practice your pronunciation and make these phrases part of your active vocabulary. Ready? Espresso, cappuccino, latte, Americano, black coffee, decaf, instant coffee, coffee shop, barista, coffee break, takeaway coffee, coffee beans, ground coffee, coffee grinder. Great! Practicing like this helps you remember the words and say them more confidently. You can even try making your own sentences. For example, "I usually drink a cup of black coffee in the morning. My favorite coffee shop has the best cappuccino. Could I have an Americano, please?" When you travel or visit an English-speaking country, knowing how to order coffee can make your day easier. Here's a simple dialogue you might hear at a coffee shop. Barista: "Good morning. What can I get for you today?" You: "Hi, can I have a medium latte, please?" Barista: "Sure. Would you like that hot or iced?" "Hot, please." Barista: "Anything else?" "No, that's all. Thanks." Barista: "That'll be $4. By practicing dialogues like this, you'll feel more comfortable when the real situation comes. Now let's talk about how coffee connects people. How often do you hear people say, "Let's catch up over coffee," or "We should meet for coffee sometime"? Coffee is often an excuse to pause, slow down, and connect. It's about more than the drink. It's about the conversation, the shared experience, the human connection. Even in the workplace, coffee plays a role. Many offices have a coffee machine or a small coffee corner. It's common for colleagues to gather there, take a short break, and chat. Sometimes important ideas or decisions come from these informal coffee breaks. That's why in some companies, coffee is seen as fuel not just for the body, but also for creativity and collaboration. Coffee can also inspire creativity. Think of the countless writers, artists, and thinkers who have found inspiration while sitting in a cafe with a cup of coffee. In fact, some famous authors like Ernest Hemingway and J.K. Rowling wrote parts of their books in coffee shops. There's something about the atmosphere, the quiet buzz of conversation, the clink of cups, the smell of coffee that can help ideas flow. Of course, coffee isn't just about comfort and connection, it also has an impact on health. Let's talk briefly about that. Coffee contains caffeine, a natural stimulant that can help you feel more awake and alert. In moderate amounts, coffee can improve mood, boost concentration, and even provide antioxidants that are good for your body. However, drinking too much coffee can lead to side effects like restlessness, insomnia, or a rapid heartbeat. That's why it's important to enjoy coffee in moderation. Now, let's explore some fun coffee idioms in English. These can make your speech sound more colorful and natural. Wake up and smell the coffee. This means to become aware of the reality of a situation. Example, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. You're not going to pass the test if you don't study. Coffee break, a short rest from work to have coffee and relax. Example, let's take a coffee break and come back in 10 minutes. Strong coffee. This can mean both coffee with a strong flavor or a topic that is difficult or controversial. Example, that's some strong coffee you're drinking. Or, his opinions are strong coffee for some people. Let's pause here for a moment. Think about your own coffee habits. Do you have a favorite type of coffee? A favorite coffee shop? Do you drink coffee alone, or is it part of your social life? Reflecting on these questions can help you prepare to talk about coffee in English, whether you're chatting with a friend or practicing your speaking skills. Before we end today's podcast, I want to encourage you to try something. Next time you have coffee, try describing it in English. Talk about the taste. Is it bitter, sweet, strong, mild, rich, smooth? Talk about how it makes you feel. Does it warm you up, give you energy, help you relax? And if you're with a friend, try to have a short conversation in English about your coffee. Little moments like this help you build confidence and fluency over time. As we wrap up, let's review some key vocabulary from today. Coffee bean, the seed from which coffee is made. Roast, the process of heating the coffee beans. Brew, to make coffee by mixing it with hot water. Barista, a person who prepares and serves coffee drinks. Espresso, a strong concentrated coffee. Latte, espresso with steamed milk. Cappuccino, espresso with steamed milk and foam. Americano, espresso with hot water. Decaf, coffee with most of the caffeine removed. Repeat these words with me one more time. Finally, I want to thank you again for joining me today. I hope this episode not only helped you practice your English, but also inspired you to see coffee in a new light, as a drink that connects people, fuels ideas, and brings small moments of joy. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to English with Tuna, share it with your friends, and leave a comment or review. Let's keep